This is Paula Okonneh with Chatting with the Experts podcast. And today I have an awesome guest, Suzan Hart. And she actually does not live in Canada. Well, she lives in Canada, but she does not live in the United States. That's what I meant to say. Mm-hmm. Nor does she live in the United Kingdom. She lives in Canada. The thing that's so wonderful about Suzan is that she is of Trinidadian descent. And she was born in Trinidad, but brought to Canada by her parents, by her mom, and has been living there for a long, long time. Well, just before we came on, we were talking about, the cultural shock that she experienced coming straight from Trinidad to Canada in winter. And so I'm going to let her introduce herself, because this is just going to be a 5-minute clip where you can see how we warm up before we actually start the podcast. And so I'm going to say, welcome to Chatting with the Experts, Suzan. I'm fascinated and I'm with your whole life story. So take it over.
Well, I'm so excited to be here. And I love the topic that you've chosen. I'm interested right now in just meeting all the women that you're interviewing, because we have something in common. Yeah. And that's so wonderful. As you said, I came to Canada when I was 5 years old, and we came in November. Yeah. And it's funny because I think of one day I'm running around probably barefoot in the sun with my little dress or shorts on. And the next day I am seeing snow for the first time. And I'll never forget, my mother putting a fur coat on us, because fur was big back then. Mm-hmm. We arrived in Montreal, Quebec, of all places. That means cold.
That means cold.
And my mother put a fur coat on me, a fur hat, and boots. When they used to have the boots that went over your shoes.
Right.
And we proceeded to get out of the plane. However, those were the days where you didn't have the thing that pulled up to the airport. So I'm dating myself. The plane seemed to park miles from the airport, and the airport was this building in the horizon, if you think of.
I can't imagine.
We had to walk. And I remember I was carrying my doll, Dolly, I think I remember her name. And I probably took 2 steps and wiped out. Oh. And my sister took 2 steps and wiped out. And my mother picked us up, and we took 2 more steps and wiped out. So that was our welcome to Canada. Welcome. And when my mother got us in the building and finally got us home, my sister and I stared outside the window and said, we're never going back out there. No, not happening. No. And it wasn't until my mother threatened to leave us in the house alone by ourselves that we were like, we have no choice. And my fear was I was going to become a snowman. And a snowman in my mind were people who got caught in the snow and didn't make it home.
Oh, no. I can imagine the terror in your heart. It's not a
5-year-old girl. And I would peer outside and go, no. But, eventually you adapt and you adjust. And, then my mother couldn't get me inside. But that was my welcome to Canada.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. What a story. And so I'm still chuckling over that and just imagining that. And yes, you said you were dating yourself. I am of that same generation, because I remember those days when planes seemed to park half a mile away, and they had these treacherous steps that you had to climb down. I don't know how they expected you to have stuff in your hand and then climb down those steep stairs,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And no red carpet. Not like what we see in the movies. It's
right. It wasn't welcome to Canada. Well, here we are many years later, able to reminisce and think about, what that was like, positives that came from that. And of course, there are the things that you never forget that kind of scar you for life, or maybe not for life, but the scars are still there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And so that's what Chatting with the Experts is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard a bit of Suzan's story. We're going to end this because we're about to start the podcast. Suzan, thank you again for being on Chatting with the Expert. These 5 minutes mean a lot to me.
Oh, my pleasure. I am excited to be here.
All right.